Okay, we're good.
Okay, we on now? Thank you on that. Okay. Good morning, it's Monday, August the 9th. It's 9 a.m. and I'm going to call Commissioner's Court to order. The first thing this morning, we'll pledge allegiance to the flag, followed by an invitation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, if you would bow with me for the invocation. Heavenly Father, once again, I want to thank you for a new day, for the gift of life, and for all the many wonderful blessings you give us every day. Father, I just want to thank you for the privilege we have to serve here this morning. And I just pray, Father, that you will give us the wisdom and good judgment to make good decisions for the county. And I just pray that you'll continue to bless Hale County and its citizens. Father, I just pray that you go with us today, that you direct our path, and you protect us and keep us safe as we go about our business. And we just rejoice in you and thank you for everything you do. For I pray these things in Jesus' name for our sake. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, next up will be our auditor's report.
The minutes.
Oh, I'll skip the minutes, I'm sorry about that. Okay, next up will be to approve the minute from our regular meeting of July the 26th, 2021, and our special meetings of July 23rd, 2021, and July the 30th of 2021. I believe everyone's had an opportunity to review these minutes, so I would entertain a motion to approve these minutes as read. Have a motion from Commissioner King. I'll second. Have a second from Commissioner Daniels. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now we'll do the auditor's report. Thank you.
We don't have
You don't have anything. Well, I'm gonna skip over you now.
to do.
Okay, next will be our treasurer. Do you have anything for treasurer's office this morning?
No, sir, I don't have anything.
Okay, well, next up will be the county judge. The first thing on his agenda will be to adopt an order for the local election coming up on November the 2nd. We have an order of special election here I'll read. An election is hereby ordered to be held on November the 2nd, 2021 for the purpose of voting on constitutional amendments. Early voting by personal appearance will be conducted each weekday at the Justice Center Assembly Room at 225 South Broadway from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. At Abernathy City Hall at 811 Avenue D, also from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. At the 29th, 2021. Applications for ballots shall be mailed to Latrice Kemp, Hale County Clerk, 500 Broadway, Room 140, Plainview, Texas. Application for ballots by mail must be received no later than the close of business on October 22nd, 2021. And this order is to be signed by the judge and the commissioners. I would entertain a motion to adopt this order of special election. Motion from Commissioner Kelly. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second. Commissioner Daniels. All in favor say aye. Motion carries. Okay, next up on our agenda will be proposals for some doors for the judge's office and for the Indigent Health and Veterans Administration Office. There was some confusion on this Friday work session on my part. I didn't understand there was three proposals here. The first one will be for the door for the judge's office, which will be a clear door, and it'll have a security button on it. And the labor and installation charge parts on this is $3,361.94. The next one will be at the Veterans Services Office, the north door. And it's also a clear door, it has side lights. And the labor and the parts for this door installation is $4,306.15. The other door at the Veterans Service Office will be the south door, and it's a handicap door, and it's a little more involved. It has to have some electrical work and so forth. The total charges for this door for labor and parts is $7,396.15. And we have a total for all three doors of $15,064.24. Do I hear a motion to approve the installation of these doors by Reed Glass? Make the motion. Commissioner Daniels makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner King seconds. All in favor say aye. Motion carries. The next item on here will be the Hale Center EMS Run Financial Report for July. On the run report, they had 27 total EMS calls, 6 transfers, 15 within the city limits, 6 out of the city, and 9 no transport for total 27 calls. On their financial report, their total income was $19,417.50. They had a total expense of $28,198.45. They did include a note in here that the negative for loss of profit was due to, they had to have quite a bit of work done on their ambulances as far as their air conditioning, brakes and so forth. So that will be their report. So I would entertain a motion to accept the report as read for the Hale Center EMS Run report and financial. Commissioner Kelly makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner King seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next on the agenda will be to approve the sale of property at 706 Ash, blocks 13 and block 16 of the original township of Plainview. It has a Hale County ad valorem tax value of $1,000. We do have a bid for that. Do I hear a motion to approve the sale of that property at 706 Ash Street? I'll make the motion. Commissioner Daniel makes a motion. Do I hear a second? Commissioner Kelly seconds. All in favor say aye. Motion carries. And we also have the approval of the sale of the property at 1605 East First Street, lots 6 through 10 on block 6 in the original township of Petersburg at a value of $1,250. Do I hear a motion to approve the sale of these properties? I'll make the motion. Commissioner Daniels makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Kelly seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up will be the first and second quarter UMC EMS responses. First quarter EMS responses, UMC EMS responses, they had total 15 responses. 15 total responses, 11 inside the designated area and 4 outside the designated area. In the second quarter, they also had 15 responses, 9 inside the designated area and 6 outside the designated area. Do I hear a motion to approve the UMC EMS response.
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Kelly makes a motion, and your second.
Second.
Commissioner King seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And next up on our agenda will be a proposal from Johnson's Controls on some issues here at the courthouse. We have two different proposals. First one will be to change the pneumatic actuator on the VAV serving the office second floor. We'll also replace the pressure relief valve that serves the water. The cost for this proposal for parts and labor is $5,891. The next proposal is to add air bleed valves to the chilled water coil that serves the judge's office. We've had, as y'all know, a terrible time trying to regulate the temperatures in these offices. You'll have one that's freezing and one that's running up. The total cost for both of these proposals is $7,563. Is there any comment or discussion about these proposals?
I got a comment about it. I've been since we got that with Johnson Control, it almost seems like it was before. We got a whole bunch of bills on stuff, and we just keep fixing and fixing, and it does everything like they ever get it fixed. And then sometimes we get the repair people here that, well, that's not part of our deal, or we had one here a week or so ago, that Jesse can attest to this, he just said, I'm not fixing that. So, I think we need to relook at some point with that contract with Johnson Control, because it seems like it's nothing but a little deal. So, that's my 2 cents. I'm not saying I'm not gonna go on this, get this looked at, but I think we need to get the contract out and look it up.
Do we have any further comments or questions regarding this?
Okay, now I get off my soapbox.
Well, Commissioner King, I agree with you 100%. Having said that, do I hear a motion to approve these proposals to do the set work on?
I'll even make a motion to approve.
Okay, Commissioner King makes a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Kelly,
But you aren't happy about it.
Commissioner Kelly seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay, the next thing on our agenda will be a storage agreement for noxious weed control. And this has to do with storing some equipment in one of the buildings at the Ollie Liner Center. After doing some more research on this, we have decided to charge a rent on this building of $250 a month, and we had the county attorney draw up the contract. Mr. Lewis Center and some others from Noxious Weed Control did show up at our work session Friday, and they also reminded us that we had an agreement in place. And if I'm looking back, in 2017, we had authorized them to cancel their lease with the county at that time, but allowed them to park, pick up, and sprayer in that building. Upon reviewing this, I'm gonna suggest that we go ahead and allow them to have another contract drawn up and allow them to park and pick up in there as needed in a sprayer, with the exception of if we need that building or if we have someone else that wants to rent it, then we have to have it back. Does that sound reasonable, Jim?
Sure.
And they provide a county
They
service.
do provide a county service, and we appreciate what they do, and we don't want to just kick them out. And we had kind of made this agreement back in the past, and upon reviewing it, I kind of remembered it. So, I would suggest that we just allow the county attorney to make us another contract, allow them to use it as they need it for pickup and sprayer, with the understanding that if we need that building for something else, that they'd have to move. Do I hear a motion, to that effect? I'll make a motion. Commissioner Kelly makes a motion, do I hear a second? Commissioner King seconds, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. The next thing on the judge's agenda is an interlocal agreement for the 9/11 public safety entry point services. And this has to do with an agreement we have with SPAG on our 911 equipment. What we're doing here is we renew this contract every year. So, I would entertain a motion to renew this contract and allow the judge to sign it.
This is just a 1 year.
It's a one-year contract. Commissioner Kelly makes a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Daniels seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next on our agenda will be the sheriff.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheriff.
You skipped over the other ones, Carol, Kim.
I'll go back and get them. I'll go and let the sheriff do it. I'll go back and get them.
Sure.
Well,
Go ahead.
let me get them right quick,
Yep.
David. I'm not gonna take any action on this agreement of inmate housing between Hale County and Hockley County. I don't really have anything on it. Do you, Sheriff?
I'm waiting on a contract to get back.
Okay, but we won't take any action on
No,
that
sir.
today.
It's just gonna be a standard contract. It's just the inmate. There'll be some other added stuff into it, but it won't be in that contract. It'll be-
Okay.
The contract is just for $65 a day. We send it over there to them. We're waiting on them to get it signed and sent back to us, and then I'll
Once we
present
get
it.
the contract, we'll put it back on the agenda. The other item will be to place Judge Mull to serve on the Central Plains Center Board. And I would entertain a motion to approve placing Judge Mull on the Central Plains Center Board. I'll make a motion. I don't know if Judge Mull's gonna get on the board.
I think he has to, I think this is just a
Yeah.
formality.
Commissioner Daniels makes a motion, do I hear a second?
Second,
I think Commissioner Kelly beat you to it.
that's fine.
Commissioner Kelly seconds, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor say aye.
Me and Chris are having a conversation.
Motion carries. Okay, now Sheriff, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Faustino Lopez was hired 7/18/2021. I missed his 6-month raise. So I'd like to go retroactive back to 7/18/20. Retro pay back to 7/18/2021, which is one pay period, to get him his 6-month raise.
Okay. Okay, you've heard the sheriff ask for the request of 6-month raise for Faustino Lopez, and he wants to go back 7/18/2021.
It's one pay period. He was hired. That
Okay.
would have been his 6-month raise at 7/18.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the 6-month raise for Faustino Lopez? I'll make the motion. Commissioner Daniels makes a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner King seconds, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
My next item is Derek McGavis. He was hired 8/2/2021 as an uncertified jailer at 13/1, hourly at $12.85. And he's gone.
And he's gone?
He
Okay.
spent 2 or 3 days with us and sent a text and said, no, thank you. I can make more money somewhere else. So I have to present it because we did hire him, we did do the psychological, we did do the drug screening and everything, and he was hired, and he's gone.
Well, we're sorry to hear Mr. McGavin's gone. We know, I do understand, appreciate his point of view. We've kind of been through this.
Yeah.
So, okay, we don't need to take any action on this. So is that all you have, Sheriff?
Yes, sir, that's it, thank y'all.
Okay, next up will be Jason Newman. He was here Friday, he's here with us today, regarding a 457 retirement plan. He is requesting to speak to our county employees and those that might be interested in some financial planning with the equitable group, is that right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna vote this morning to allow our employees, or allow him to speak to our employees about financial planning.
Another question, Gina, is this gonna be in open enrollment, or is it gonna be?
He is, but I think he wanted to get out and just touch base with them and give them some information. But I think you're planning to be at the open enrollment?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Is during an open enrollment?
Yeah.
But that's what we were wondering, because I was sitting there thinking if we do it before open enrollment, then if somebody else comes to us, we're going to be able to open it up for them too. So that's why I was just clarifying that we're going to do it during open enrollment.
Okay, thank you.
I'm done.
Okay, then I would entertain a motion to allow the equitable group to speak to our employees during an open enrollment about financial planning. Do I hear a motion to approve this?
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Daniels makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Kelly seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next up on our agenda will be the county attorney.
Good morning.
Morning.
So, my first item this morning is an interlocal agreement that Petersburg sent to us. They have contracted with, I can't remember the name of the entity, but it's basically Purdue Brandon has this separate company that goes through and I guess markets what I'm gonna call tax trust properties. And so what Petersburg is asking y'all to do is to agree that if they can sell a tax trust property and it doesn't bring more than $2,500, that they'll get the entire proceeds. And I'm sure that covers the cost of sale, it reimburses or pays Purdue Brandon's group and all that. So, normally when those are sold, after certain things are taken out, then it'd be basically prorated to the taxing entities to cover whatever back taxes that were on the property. But obviously, depending on how much is owed on a property, you're probably not gonna be getting much out of them if it's less than, a bid that's less than $2,500. But that's basically the gist of the agreement. Y'all would still have the right to say yay or nay on tax sales that are less than, amounts that may be owed or the judgments against the property. They'd still have to get your approval for those. What else? And what I gave y'all is a copy of the agreement that has, and actually I didn't really mean to do this, but it printed that way on my copier, so it's my changes that I made are in red, so you can can see those easily, but they're not many, but I added in a couple of, a few changes to it. So, y'all have any questions for me about any of that?
And just to be clear, this is with, any property that's sold for less than $2,500
In Petersburg?
in Petersburg.
Yes, yes.
So how's that gonna affect us on property anywhere else? It won't.
It won't. I mean, this is a specific agreement, property that they own as the trustee for the other taxing entities. Is what's covered within the city limits of Petersburg, so.
Okay.
So, for example, the property this morning that y'all approved in Petersburg, if this agreement were in place, then they would keep the whole $1,250 that's paid for it. Or, I mean, it'd be paid out, I'm sure, to Purdue Brandon and maybe, I don't know, that's probably to Purdue Brandon, I mean, quite frankly, but.
Well, it would maybe incentivize them to help them get rid of some of the properties that were sitting around, so. Okay. Do we have any other further comment or questions, Jim, regarding this interlocal agreement, Petersburg? There being none, I would entertain a motion to approve this interlocal agreement, between Hale County and the city of Petersburg as presented by our county attorney. Commissioner King makes a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Daniels, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And I will tell you, I messed up, and there's another agreement that they asked y'all to sign that's separate from this, and I forgot to put that on y'all's agenda, so you'll be hearing from you again in 2 weeks, but. The other thing I had was regarded is a closed session, but it regarded an economic development prospect that y'all had considered, I guess at your last July meeting. I'd heard back from them, but I didn't have a chance to, I'm not done with the actual agreement to have y'all approved, so I'll just ask y'all to pass that today, so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Are there any further comments or questions on anything we have this morning? There being none, this meeting stands adjourned.